I wanted to pop in here and just talk about why I am so urgent about getting your health back on track before the fall starts. All right. Fall is coming, and I realize, like, what, in just a week and a half, maybe it is already going to be September. Fall is on its way here, even if it feels like the dog or the is it dog days of summer. Even if it still feels like the dog days of summer, the fall is coming. At whether you're ready or not, we are going to start seeing pumpkin spice if we haven't already. We're going to start seeing the peppermint mochas before it's time, and we are going to start seeing Christmas decorations if we haven't already. All of this is coming. All of this creates this urgency within us, and this urgency within us, like, oh my gosh, my calendar is so full. Oh my gosh, all of these things are happening, and it's almost out of our control, or so we think. But when the problem with the fall is that our calendar is filling up. School is starting. Most people, at least in our area, are back to school. My kids have been back in school. They'll be starting their third week of school on Monday, and so we are everything is back in the swing. When routines from the summer and even from the last school year change, we start to kind of feel that uneasiness and that lack of control. When the fall also comes, our responsibilities start increasing. If you work in corporate, it is the end of the fiscal year. So there's a whole bunch of rush at the end of the fiscal year, and then there's a whole bunch of rush because it's the beginning of the fiscal year. So there's this whole season of September and October, at least in the United States for our fiscal year, September and October, where there's this rush and there's like this urgency, hurry up and wait. And then you're dependent on all these other things. And that's not just with corporate people, that's with people everywhere, schools, and around here, we're a bunch of government Department of Defense stuff here in this area. But it's like this rush. It's this season where everything is swirling around us and we feel like we have no control over our lives. And many women are already telling themselves, okay, once this all settles down, then I'm going to focus on my health. And that is a very, very real truth that we are dealing with and I'm already seeing on social media and so forth. But I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you on that routine, because that's exactly what that is. It is your excuse and your enabling that offers you to say, once things settle down, then I'll focus on my health. That is your programming. That is your programming through your amygdala that is making decisions for you and keeping you held back. You cannot change if you don't actually intentionally do something about it. But I'm going to challenge you and ask you, what if things don't ever settle down? What if things don't ever settle down? What if the secret to feeling better this fall isn't waiting for the perfect time anymore, isn't allowing your amygdala to bypass and make the decision for you? But what if it is choosing one meaningful place to start right now? What if that's the case? Because I don't know about you, I'm an elder millennial, raised like a Gen X, so almost somewhat silenced, but I'm really outspoken. But I was raised to not or I was raised in a generation that is just like, we have to do all or nothing. Everything is all in or all out. You are all in on school and your sports and no pain, no gain, all of that, or you're not. And somewhat that's true. That's true. You do have to be all in on a lot of things. But what if all in definition needs to change? What if that needs to change? Because I want you to literally start with one thing to prepare yourself for the fall, for the October sugar cravings that inevitably sit in, the November tan plate situation that happens, and then the December, January, and February colds and flus and sinus infections and all of that, Epstein-Barr and mono, all of that stuff popping back up. Your seasonal depression, all of a sudden your hormones are different. All of a sudden you think you're being sold cortisol stuff. Watch the advertisements and the social media stuff and the posting and the influencers. Watch what's being pushed through the fall. Think about it yourself. What are you being told and targeted to? Weight loss, your hormones, all of this stuff. You're targeting that because they know that's what you're struggling with. But all of that actually starts right now. All of that health stuff that you need to do so that you don't have that problem starts now. And that is why Aria and I are hosting a 30-day gut reset plus parasite cleanse now. We are starting on August 27th. It is not too late. You can still get your supplements. I have a module. So we use Substack a little differently. We use it as a membership. So when you pay, you join a health membership here. When you join for just $14, you get access to the parasite modules. So that's what I'm calling them. You can go to the top of my publication, Letters from the Wilderness, and then you can go there and then hit parasites, and that's where it is right now. If you want to see the other ones, they are tagged on the right hand side toward the bottom of the publication. But for the parasite one is our gut cleanse, and you're going to hit that parasite one, and then you're going to start with that bottom, which is the very first module that I published. And it's what the heck is parasite cleansing anyway? You're going to see examples of parasites, what's come out, what our examples and journey is. Why are we even doing this? Aria and I are going to be doing this parasite cleanse alongside you because we decided to, we knew that we needed to do one. So we are doing it together. And then we're like, well, hey, why don't we just open this up for everyone else to do it? For just $14, a minimum of $14, and as low as $14. To work with me one-to-one, it is $350 per visit. $350 minimum. And we're offering this to you at $14 plus the cost of your supplement. So today we are going to talk about the secret to getting your health back on track before the fall and why your gut may be one of the most impactful places to begin. I am not here to tell you that every symptom is going to be fixed. I can't do that. Not every symptom is going to be fixed in a 30-day cleanse. And I am actually probably going to promise you that it's not going to fix everything. But it is the process by which we do things here is that we create opportunities for your body to heal in the layers that it was designed to heal in. And we are starting that process on the 27th together. This is the time that we're going to do it live. Join in. You get the live calls and all of that. And I will talk more about that later. But we are going to literally walk alongside you, making sure for just $14 a month or $140 for the year that you get the support you need through this cleanse. Okay. So I want you to think about, and actually, no, I have been thinking about very specific type of people, a very specific type of woman. I was just on Instagram today and I shared a long rant because I'm literally tired of people accepting and normalizing health concerns because they're not taking radical responsibility for their health. And what do I mean by that? When you go and continue to complain about things and you go and find the latest hack, you find the latest supplement, you find the latest nicotine patch, you find the latest whatever it is, because it's trending, methylene blue, all these things. And you wonder why you're not getting the results you have, or you use it wrong, or you do things in the wrong way. Do I like nicotine patches? I absolutely do love nicotine patches, and I love nicotine. But what do I love it for? Not for weight loss, not for immune system. No, it's for very specific things. It is not for mental clarity, although there is a certain milligrammage of it, and there's homeopathic versions of it that can help with mental clarity, but I like it other things. So here, let me talk about this. I know that I'm not for every person because not every person is going to realize or even care. My son is cleaning the clinic right now. Not every woman is going to care about her health and her heavenly, eternal, everything that has to do with eternity. Not every woman is going to have the lens of eternity in her. She is going to be swayed like a palm tree that can't withstand with superficial roots in the ground. That is the woman that will not get success with me because she doesn't want to put in the work. She wants to keep wearing the mask, keep doing superficial things, keep living through life with superficial. And yet at night, because she can't stand how superficial her life is and how terrible she feels, she's going to drink, she's going to use food, she's going to go shopping, she's going to be focused on fashion and how she looks to keep that appearance up. But if that is you, this may not be the right fit. But if you are the woman who knows that you need to take better care of yourself, who's been putting yourself on the back burner for years, decades, maybe, if you have saved dozens of health posts, maybe even mine, but you don't implement anything, If you have tried supplements and diets and protocols without knowing what to prioritize because you don't even know what's wrong with you or how the body heals, if you are feeling overwhelmed and conflicted by health advice, if you want to feel better, but you don't want another extreme program like 75 Hard or how Beachbody did their BS and all of that, if you are tired of starting alone and then quietly giving up, I feel you. Aria feels you. My team feels you. If you're ready to take responsibility without being left to figure everything out on your own, you belong here. I want you to know that you don't have to keep saving information in your DMs or downloading PDFs or anything like that. What you actually need is a clear starting point, and you need structure that you can follow. And then not just that, but you need the human connection piece that is the support that helps you actually do something with what you're learning. Like, that's it. If you take what I say and it's just like, oh man, you're so inspiring, all of that, and you don't do anything for it, that is not the purpose of me being here. I want you to take what you're learning and actually go and implement it. And then I want you doing this life and being so mentally sound, so physically resilient that you can go and share the gospel to everybody. And then you can disciple those and baptize them and continue discipling them as they're discipling others. And I know a lot of women stay stuck in their health issues because you're trying to fix everything at once because you feel like you're so far behind and it feels like it's a less than or a lack of or all of that. And you want to identify the perfect protocol before even starting. You want to piece together advice from multiple practitioners and influencers and do it yourself. I actually had a patient come in, I think in April or May, and she was like, okay, I'm reading this book, and I'm following you. I know all of the stuff that you've told me, but apparently I can't figure it out on my own. And I'm like, because you were never meant to. Because we are our own worst patients. And also, if you don't have background in how the body heals and you can't piece together and pull the puzzle pieces together and snap them together at the right time, you're never going to get it. You're never going to do it right. It's never going to work. Even if you're listening to the right podcast, you're even listening to me. If you don't do it in the right order and you don't actually apply it, then you have no idea if it's going to work and if it's a waste of your time. So then why would you invest any more in it? I'm talking today to the woman who remains stuck because she makes changes without preparation or support and then causes more pain and doesn't even know if it's working. She's waiting until life becomes less busy. Or she follows plans that do not teach you how to pay attention to your own body. That is why we stay stuck. And that all of that creates overwhelm. And that makes us believe that we need a more complete plan. So then most of the time, what we actually really want though, and what we need is a clear first step. And that's the heart of the Wilderness of Wellness. That is my premier Christian foundational root cause membership. And it is a place where we literally have a pathway for nutrition and lifestyle and the roadmap to health for your foundational organs and all of that. And then we have a functional health toolkit. That is the heart of it because we are not chasing quick fixes here. We are women who understand that we must learn how to steward our health, understand our bodies, and consistently practice foundational things that create meaningful change. So again, I am not promising you that this gut reset that we're starting on August 27th is the answer to everything. But what I do know is that at this time of year, at this season, your digestive system is what we need to focus on to prepare for the winter. It is now. Digestion and its health, or I should say lack thereof, it is going to intersect with how food is broken down and nutrients are absorbed. Regular elimination, meaning like you're actually going poop. You have to poop 2 to 4 times a day. It is not a joke for having reflux. It's not a joke that you can go on vacation and not poop. It's not a joke because that tells me that you are sick. You are foundationally sick, even if your traditional labs don't say anything. Your immune system relies on your digestion. Your blood sugar stability relies on your digestion. Your energy, your appetite, your inflammation, the body's ability to process and eliminate waste in your cells. How someone feels after eating, their ability to tolerate and also benefit from supplements, all of this, I want you to understand that your gut is not the only part of health, but it is foundational enough that when you begin paying attention to it, it's going to give you some great feedback, and it's going to give you back more energy and give you more of what you need. So this gut reset that Ari and I are offering you guys and enrolling right now, and enrolling means that you upgrade to paid. For as low as $14, you can join us for 30 days, 30 intentional days to simplify and pay attention and establish supportive routines and create momentum before the fall calendar becomes even fuller. That's why we're doing this. So this is what our gut reset is going to look like. So I want to let you know what an irresponsible gut reset looks like first, okay? Because I want you to understand the difference. Again, we may be for you, we may not, but a reasonable and responsible gut reset looks completely different from an irresponsible gut reset. So let's talk about this. An irresponsible gut reset markets you and says that every symptom means perimenopause hormones, candida, like all of this kind of stuff. Irresponsibility is also giving you the strongest supplements that you can find, restricting your food unnecessarily, trying to force your body to detox, ignoring bowel regularity and hydration and nutrition and sleep and stress, and then like continuing something that is clearly inappropriate for your body and replacing individualized medical care. That is what people are doing in these irresponsible gut resets, and it makes me so mad. So that is, again, why we are doing this responsibly. We are doing a responsible gut reset where you have education. You get to assess your starting point and your end point. We are going to be preparing your body, and we are going to support you with nourishment. What nutrition, what foods do you need to be eating? What types of foods do you need to be eating? What about hydration? What about digestion? What about elimination? Understanding the purpose of the supplements being used. I am someone that is going to over teach and make sure that you understand what this supplement is doing. And if you're sensitive, how to handle that. How to handle it. How do we handle dosing if you are sensitive? What if you're on other medications? What if you are on other supplements? What if you, like, all the what ifs? You need access to human connection for that. You also need to be able to pay attention to your body's responses. You need to have someone to talk about and get that regularly done, because in our current culture, we are like this. We are. And so we are going to make you slow down and actually give you that independence and start getting you not hyper connected, but making sure that you understand so that you can make informed decisions. And you need all of this in a place where there is support as you implement. I want to provide you not just a cleanse. I want to provide you the opportunity to become the woman who knows how to listen and learn and respond and follow through in caring for your health. Like, that's what I actually want. Because ultimately, I don't need you to lean on me. That's not the goal. I want you to lean on me because as a teacher, you present something new, as like a lecture. You present something new, and then you do guided practice, which is what this cleanse is. It's guided practice. And then over time, like in my Wilderness of Wellness, over time, you come to this place of independent practice where there's still accountability and there's still support and human connection, because questions are going to come up, changes are going to happen. And so when you upgrade, you are going to receive access to the Parasite Cleanse pre-assessment, the kickoff call replay, preparation education before you even begin, guidance around the supplement options, nutrition and lifestyle support, paid teaching throughout the 30 days, like one a week. You're actually going to have coaching. And coaching, I want you to think of them as like a one-to-one visit, but they're going to be live coaching. You're going to have conversations in our chat and opportunities to ask questions and get support from the team, resources and replays that you can return to at any time, and the structure of moving through this experience alongside community. So you're not paying $14 for a list of supplements. You're paying, which some people may do that, and that's fine. But you're paying not $14 for a list of supplements. You are stepping into an organized 30-day experience designed to help you learn and prepare and implement and follow through. So if you try to purchase separate education assessments, live support, implementation resources, and community accountability elsewhere, you would easily spend far more than the $14 and still be left trying to connect the pieces for yourself. So, here are two ways you can join us for this gut reset. Okay. Number one is the monthly upgrade. You can pay monthly for $14. This is a great starting point for you if you just want to step inside this 30-day experience with us. You can upgrade for that $14 a month. You're going to receive access to all of this experience and the reset resources. Okay. But if you choose to upgrade to annual, which is only $140, like one time for the year, there's no ongoing payments. It's just every year $140. This is for the woman who already knows that 30 days is a good start, but you're going to need more. After this 30 days, we are literally intentionally setting up for you the next steps. We are setting up the next steps for you with this process. So if you want to continue that journey and you know, like, oh shoot, I really do need this, like this accessibility, I do need that support, you need an ongoing place to learn and practice and continue building your health, I would choose the annual one. If you are an annual member, it's only $140. Remember, it's $350 minimum to see me. As an annual subscriber or an annual member, you are going to receive a NutriQ assessment, which is over 300 questions trying to gauge how and where your body systems are working well and where they're not, and prioritizing where those things go. We will help you analyze and just let you know like what your priorities are, all of that. You're going to get a clearer picture of the foundational systems and patterns that deserve your attention. And then you are going to have a more personalized starting point for getting some education inside Letters from the Wilderness. So the NutriQ is not a medical diagnosis. It's not lab work. It's not a personalized treatment plan, though. It is a way to organize your body and what your body may be communicating so that we can recognize the patterns and help get you, point you in the right direction better. Okay. So annual is for that woman who doesn't want another temporary burst of motivation. She knows that she needs to be here where she can steward her body for the rest of the year. Who is this reset for? Who is this for? I want the woman who is ready to take action, period. I don't want someone that feels like that they just want to do something and they want passive, because sometimes when we put money down, like we go to a gym and we have that gym membership, we think, oh, we're healthy, but you have to show up and do the work to actually get the gym membership to work. I want the woman who is ready to show up and do the work. That's who I want to work with. I don't need you to know everything about gut health. I don't need you to have completed a cleanse before. You don't have to be perfectly prepared. In fact, I'm not perfectly prepared to start this dang gut cleanse. I am headed for continuing education and I have to prepare for this gut cleanse as well while I'm out of town. You don't have to change everything overnight. I don't want you to have all your health questions answered. I do need you to be willing to learn and prepare and pay attention and participate, ask questions, implement what is appropriate for you that we've talked with, take responsibility for your own follow through. And you don't have to even arrive as the healthiest or most strongest or most disciplined woman in the room, because guarantee you, we are not perfect either. You just need to show up. So I want you to think about this. If you join for $14 plus the cost of your supplements, we have already given you your recipe packs, your foods, your lifestyle support. All of that will continue to go through all of your questions, weekly Q&A sessions or coaching sessions where you're going to get support. And then also in the chat, there's going to be every Monday, there's going to be a weekly thread, 2 threads actually, that are just for our paid subscribers that are the Q&A, like coaching questions. And then there is a TMI and improvements thread that you can have so all of that can be there for you. So some people have actually emailed us and said, I already missed the kickoff. I'm really concerned that I'm going to be behind. You haven't missed the experience. We haven't even started. We are actually starting on the 27th. So all of that information is sitting there waiting for you in the Parasites tab on the publication of Letters from the Wilderness. You just need to know that when you upgrade, you are actually upgrading into a health membership. You are not just upgrading to more content. You're not upgrading to more information. You're actually upgrading for the experience and proximity to myself and my team and my methodology. My team all executes my methodology. And Patty just said I have no audio. That's not cool. Um, that's not cool. Okay, so with that said, if you don't know if you have parasites, it's good. You don't need to diagnose yourself, but if you have breath, you have parasites. Even if you do parasite cleansing regularly, like I do, I literally just had an 18-inch one come out last week because I am actually preparing my body for this. My body already is ready to go, and it is an excellent way to prepare my body. But I already know that I parasite cleanse quarterly, and I still had an 18-inch parasite come out. If you're already too busy, that's your choice. If you want to be busy and you choose to be busier, that's fine. But you need clear structure and decision to make your health a priority in your life because no one else can do it for you. I would take a look at your calendar and determine where is my self-care. If you're not taking care of yourself, then and no one else can, then you need to figure out your white space. And I want you to know if you are someone who starts things and you don't finish, that is not like, I don't want you to put that pressure on yourself, but maybe if you choose an experience where you have the education and structure and support and other women and men moving alongside you, that might be some help as well. So I'm going to just invite you to choose to come in monthly at $14 to step into our 30-day gut reset experience with us. If you choose annual for $140, you will get the NutriQ, and you will get the analysis, and you will know exactly and be prepared for more than just the 30-day experience. You do not have to fix everything before the fall, but we are going to choose a meaningful place to start, and we are going to support you in this. So I will see you on the inside.